Namaskar, welcome to Honest Astrologer, and this with this video we are ending our Mars series. So Mars in the 12th, this is a difficult placement. This happens to be one of my least favorite Mars placements, and there are reasons for it. This is not a happy placement to have for the native. Imagine a soldier in exile, not on a secret mission like the 8th house Mars, not in enemy territory like the 6th house Mars, but in the 12th house Mars where he is in exile. He does not know what to do with his aggression and energy. And remember, 12th is a difficult house for most planets, but particularly Mars, Shani, and Sun feel absolutely lost in it. So these three power planets, which love to be in the 10th house, hate to be in the 12th house. So those of you who are interested in Japanese history or samurai history might be familiar with the term Ronin. In ancient Japan, there were samurai warriors who used to protect their lords. When the samurais were cast away by their masters for whatever reason, could be honor or defeat or death of the master, they were considered to be absolutely useless and disgraced and dishonored. A more honorable alternative to becoming a Ronin was to commit suicide as per the ancient code of Japanese warriors called Bushido. So while Mars in 6th is the ninja, regular Mars in 1st is the samurai, and Mars in 10th is the shogun boss. Mars in 12th is the disgraced wandering warrior, he is a Ronin. So I hope you see the picture. These Ronins lived a difficult life of disgrace and usually poverty. Some of them were able to redeem themselves, but most of them had to live through a tough life. And this placement indicates a harsh life for the native. It has its own positive points, which we'll discuss further, but overall, I do not like this placement for the native. One great thing about this placement is that I call these guys the go givers. If Mars in the 11th is the go getter, Mars in the 12th is the go giver. These guys have big, big hearts. And when it comes to charity and giving things away, you can hardly find anyone more generous than these people. A lot of energy they spent in giving to their own people as well as to strangers. If the chart has certain combination, these could be the most generous giver and philanthropist that you could ever come across. Another point, there are unselfish to the core and can write big checks for all kind of purposes. They can impulsively donate or give away big amounts or gift costly stuff to their own friends and family, even to the strangers if they feel like. On the good side, that helps them eradicate a lot of bad karma, and as per my theory, they will reap the benefits of these donations in times to come. However, if done unwisely, they often become victim of cheating, swindling, and people take advantage of their money, and in several cases, they have to become victims of fraud. They are reckless with their money and often make bad investments. They can also accumulate a lot of debt because of impulsive spending and impulsive giving. Giving and spending is fine, but remember, things have to be done through wisdom, not through impulses and emotions. Mars in the 12th house makes them reckless when it comes to managing money and debt, and they are not able to decide where to say no or where to put a stop. Behind their financial difficulties, mostly there's a lack of financial planning, their devil may care attitude about expenses, the ease with which they take on debt, and their impulse of living life moment to moment. They do not care for the morrow, but then it is not wise. So while they have their money troubles, they also have marital troubles. This is also considered a manglik position, and according to me, this is the bad kind of manglik, particularly for the first marriage. Because the seventh house of the first marriage is aspected by the eighth aspect of Mars, which is terrible. These people are not easy to live with as partners, particularly the males. And not just in marriages, even in business partnerships, they usually attract difficult partners who end up cheating them or swindling them. So, this is not a great placement for any kind of partnerships. The biggest behavioral problem with these people is unpredictable and disproportionate anger. They are often angry at the wrong thing in the wrong amount at the wrong time and usually at the wrong people, making them extremely unpredictable. They can let a big thing go and they can create a ruckus about a small thing. They often keep their anger buried, and when they are unhappy or randomly angry about some small thing, in a moment of turmoil, that anger suddenly explodes, and you have a scene in front of you. 12th house Mars often indicates a lack of physical courage. These guys usually outsource their aggression or violence to a friend, a brother, or in case of rich people, to their bodyguards or workers. I often tell them to hire bodyguards if they can afford them, or at least hire a driver because this house Mars often gives propensity of getting injured in motor accidents. Another thing, these guys are escapists who will try to buy peace at any price, thus making them vulnerable to exploitation and blackmail just in order to keep the peace. They often get tired easily and they might have a lot of mental agility, but physically they are not geared up for high intensity hard physical work. It is advised that they take frequent breaks and naps and do not exert their body beyond a point. The one relationship where they give their all is the siblings. They usually make great brothers or sisters. They would do anything to keep their family, particularly their siblings, safe. And that's the point where they are willing to go to war and cross any limits, particularly for the younger siblings. Like I said, this is a terrible placement for men to have. Women still find it easy to handle. And there are a few remedies which I suggest to these people because this is a tough placement. So, one, they must choose charities wisely. They should verify, authenticate, and only then donate. Particularly, donating to charities related to army or police is a great idea. I often tell them to limit their access to money. They should put most of their money in an FD or in the name of someone else. Because if they have access to all their money, they are more likely to blow it up. And they should strictly avoid loans and never ever touch a credit card. Their live for the day philosophy will definitely put them under debt. I also tell them to marry their spouses twice in order to avoid the negative impact on the seventh house. And any kind of business partnerships should be absolutely avoided. Reading Gita and Mahabharata would let them understand when to use aggression and violence and when to back off. And they must live out of wisdom instead of impulsiveness. That is the motto that would save them. This is a delicate balance and it takes a lot of wisdom and intelligence to handle it well. I hope this helps these natives understanding and managing things better. After all, they are the givers, and I just love givers. I hope they get the wisdom from this video and do well. You have all my best wishes, and I hope you learn something from this video and it helps you. I wish you all the best. God bless. Jai Mangal Dev.